Hello, y'all, and welcome to Jackalope Tales, Urban Legends in Music, where we uncover, is it real or is it a jackalope tale? I'm your host, Charles Mooney.
And I'm Lisa Umbarger. And with us today are our production crew, Jenny.
Hi there.
Jeannie.
Hello.
Natalie.
Hello.
And the guy who always wants the top bunk, Sam.
That is me.
You know him so well.
I do know him.
You call him out every time.
All the time.
Oh, tour bus talk.
Tour bus talk, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Sam really does give off top bunk energy.
He does.
We're going to start calling it TBE.
TBE. Most of the time what happens on the tour bus stays on the tour bus.
Yeah.
But for Dave Matthews and Johnny Paycheck, the wheels fell off the bus.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about it today.
Oh, yeah. We've got some things to talk about. I remember when the Toadies were on tour, and there was a point where you all actually got a tour bus.
We did. We drove ourselves and took pride in the fact that we drove ourselves because with our bonus money that when we got signed, we bought a big 15-passenger van.
Sure, yeah.
And we drove ourselves. We wanted to. We didn't want any crew or anything like that. But then our record company made us get a tour bus, and I will never forget it.
Yeah.
We were in Indiana playing a festival, a radio festival, and our sound guy was like, the bus is here, and runs up on the stage. We're getting ready to do sound check.
The gift has arrived.
Right.
Yeah.
And up behind the stage, this big blue and silver bus pulls up. And of course, we stopped sound check and went to go check out the bus.
Is smoke coming out the back?
No, but it's old as shit. It's old. And we get in there, and it's fake leather, so vinyl red with the tuck patterns with the buttons in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
From floor to ceiling. All the way up, and it's red. It had the bunks in the middle, and in the back, there's no couches or anything like a lounge like on modern tour buses.
Yeah.
There were tables with lights all the way around them so you could put on your makeup. Because this bus belonged to Kiss.
Oh, God.
So we did not care that it was a piece of crap because it was like, it's Kiss's tour bus.
Oh, my God.
And so other people out on tour had these, $1 million tour buses. We would tell them we had Kiss's tour bus, and they would want to be on our bus.
Hell yeah.
Our cheap, crappy 70s tour bus because it was Kiss's bus. They're like, man, can we come on your bus? And
you
we're
were
like,
driving history.
Hell yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, I mean, I remember when we first started the Toadies, Todd had a van. It was yellow. And it had that shag carpet. I think it was brown, yellow, and green on the inside.
Right. It was
horrible. It was all covered, but it was so fun just being in there, loading the equipment and driving to shows. All riding together.
That car barely made it to any shows. Oh,
God. Well, our first show at the Axis, it ran out of gas.
Yep.
And we had you stay in the back with the equipment while Todd and I walked to get gas.
It was so crazy.
It's like our fucking first show and you can't even fill the tank up. God damn.
Well, didn't it have that gauge that didn't really show where the gas was, so we ran out because...
I'm sorry, that's inexcusable. Yeah, if you don't know how much gas is in there, at least fill it up before the first show.
It's nice to have a fancy bus.
Oh, I'm sure. It's the perks to ride in style.
Yep.
So this one that I'm talking about, as you mentioned, Dave Matthews, he had 5 buses. It's like each member had a tour bus. I know. Talk about extra. This was 2004, and they were touring up in Wisconsin. And the one tour bus for the gentleman that played violin, I can't remember his name.
I don't know any
He's
of
passed
their names.
away, actually.
Oh, thanks for bringing us down.
No, but I'll bring you back up. I don't know. The story might bring you back down again.
I probably won't.
Whenever the weather was nice during the summer months, there was this boat tour that would go along the Chicago River and admire all the different buildings. And the boats on the tour have open roof seating where passengers can sit during the tour so they can see all around.
Nice.
Well, you might be wondering why I'm talking about boats when it's about tour buses.
Right.
Well, here comes the tour bus part. So on a particular day, the driver of the bus, The band wasn't in the bus. It was just this guy driving it.
Okay.
I guess he had dropped them off at the venue. But he was heading to the downtown hotel when he emptied the bus's black water tank, which is basically all the shit and piss.
Poop.
And he emptied it as it crossed the metal grates of the Kinsey Street Bridge up in Chicago. And when he did this, the passenger tour boat that I was just talking about was passing under the bridge at that moment. And the boat received the full contents of the tank onto the seats of its open roof terrace.
Oh, my God.
Get these numbers. An estimated 800 pounds of human waste was dumped onto the boat. About 2/3 of the 120 passengers on the boat tour were soaked. The boat immediately returned to its dock, where all passengers were issued refunds.
Oh, my God.
5 passengers went to the hospital for testing, just out of concern for what was all on them.
Because their mouths were open and they might have eaten some poo.
Yeah, right? Passengers that were on the boat included some disabled individuals, some elderly, a pregnant woman, a small child, and an infant. And the liquid waste was brownish yellow in color and had a foul, offensive odor. The liquid human waste went into the passengers' eyes, mouth, hair, and on clothing and personal belongings, many of which were soaked.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Some of the passengers suffered nausea and vomiting as a result of exposure to the human waste. Basically, just utter chaos on this tour boat when he dumped it all.
This is like a giant amped up golden shower. So there might have been some people on that tour bus that were kind of stoked. They're fans, and they're like, like a Dave Matthews golden shower.
Oh, God.
They're actually a brownish yellow shower.
Oh, God.
That's so disgusting.
No, it's sickening. Now, the Chicago Police Department investigated the incident, but the deal was they weren't sure who had committed the crime.
See, that's what I would think. It would be hard to
But
do DNA testing.
there was a witness that recorded the license plate information, which was then turned over to the police. And the bus driver at first was like, and the band were like, no, the bus was at the venue. They were able to verify that the bus had left and was traveling over the bridge and was the one dumping it. And the bus driver was sentenced to 150 hours of community service, fined $10,000 to be paid to Friends of the Chicago River and Environmental Organization, and received 18 months probation.
Whoa.
And then the Dave Matthews Band also donated $50,000 to the Chicago Park District, $50,000 to Friends of the Chicago River, and paid the state of Illinois $200,000 in the settlement.
Whoa. Did passengers sue too? The boat passengers?
Yeah, they ended up getting some money for their situation too. Very messy. Now, I guess on this little episode, you might get a little tiny bonus story.
I like bonuses.
Yeah, bonuses can be nice. You never expect them, and then all of a sudden, hey, a bonus.
Bonus.
Yeah. Now, because it involves a tour bus, one other story about a tour bus involves a strange stalker. Can't go wrong with a strange stalker.
Nope.
One particular musician's tour bus was constantly being followed by a yellow PT Cruiser. You know? I know, a yellow PT
Red
Cruiser.
flag.
And it happened to have a couple bumper stickers on it. One said Apple to the core. And the other one said pass for gas, stop for stool.
What?
And this PT Cruiser was following the bus of Fiona Apple.
Okay.
Well,
See, I thought the computer.
No, but it's similar. The car definitely, of course, stood out. The driver of the tour bus would notice the car following them at a distance during much of the tour. Now, after a stop, they'd notice the driver would be gone for a while, and then a couple hours later, there'd be the car following him again. So he's just thinking a hardcore Fiona Apple fan that's just following him on tour. Not too worried about it. But the more and more it followed them, they notified police, And what the police found in the PT Cruiser is a little bit crazy.
Okay.
The guy, it turns out, would wait for the bus to empty the poop and piss, wait for the bus to leave, and then don surgical gloves and collect Fiona's poop as if it were a rare artifact. Police found 27 jars of various sizes filled with poop in the car and 63 empty jars ready for more poop.
This is going to make Sam not like this episode.
That's true, along with 5 packages of blue surgical gloves and a ski mask.
Are you suffering from high-quality podcasts? You see, quality podcasts stimulate parts of your brain, leading to an irksome condition called thinking. But suffer no more, my friend. Introducing Discount Storytime's blend of fictional nonsense and rancid gibberish to provide soothing relief. Try Discount Storytime today. Available on most podcast catchers and at discountstorytime.com.
Consult your healthcare provider before listening to Discount Storytime. Not intended to treat unicyclitis, pickleball liver, or jittering expectations.
Okay, what's the ski mask for? To disguise himself from the poo?
I don't know, or just to make sure he was not identified.
Or he's going to do something more nefarious later.
Well, they ended up getting him, and the guy claimed his big obsession with Fiona was strengthened by having some of her.
Ugh.
He said he could feel her essence through her poop. He said he had no trouble identifying her poops because she's vegan and her poops are very fibrous.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. So that was what I was going to say. It was like, there's other people who probably use that toilet.
I know. But supposedly he knew which was Fiona's, so they'll be happy. There are no more poop stories on the tour bus episode. It gets really weird, doesn't it?
Mine has nothing to do with poop.
Everyone needs a poop break.
But everything to do with Johnny Paycheck.
Oh, good old Johnny.
Mm-hmm. And it's not an epic bus story unless everyone is naked or one or few parties are naked or someone goes to jail or both sometimes.
Yes. Okay.
This one has no nudity. It's no nudity, just jail.
Just jail.
So here we go.
Okay.
Let's talk about Johnny Paycheck.
I got to hear about Johnny.
Johnny was on his bus after a show, and there were some people hanging out, having drinks with the band. We always referred to these people as punters when we were on tour. I don't know where that term came from, but our tour manager, Marky Ray, shout out, told us that those people were called punters. So whenever he said anything about punters, it was the people who wanted to come and hang out with you after a show.
Okay.
So he'd had some punters hanging out with him. You know, the people who don't really belong on the bus, but they're there.
Yeah, they're just hanging out.
Someone brought them on.
They're like the friend that shows up to your house and won't leave.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
So one of these punters was named Larry Wise Guy Wise.
Okay.
And Wise had a few beers, and he was offering to feed everybody. He was like, let's go to my house. I'm going to make you dinner. And he invited Paycheck and his band to eat a meal in the form of deer meat and turtle soup.
Yeah.
The singer took offense.
Oh, no.
He said that Larry was assuming that they were hicks. And Paycheck flew into a rage, and he said, do you see me as some kind of country hick? Because he thought he was making fun of him.
Oh, no.
And then he didn't wait for an answer. He pulled out a gun and shot at Wise, grazing his head, knocking off his hat.
Oh, no.
Which led to Johnny Paycheck being sentenced to 9 years in prison for the altercation.
Whoa.
9 years.
Wow.
And this was in 1985. So, you know, Johnny Paycheck was doing okay then. He had been on and off the charts, but this was the time where he was doing all right.
Yeah.
While Johnny was in prison, he lived life kind of large because take this job and shove it was a rallying cry.
Oh, it's a classic on the countryside.
And so, you know, all these disenfranchised people in prison were like, yeah, that's our song.
Yeah.
Didn't matter what color you were. They're like, we can agree with that message. So he was basically a folk hero, and it allowed him to have a very successful side hustle in prison. Making toilet wine.
Ooh. I thought you had said it wasn't going to be about poop, but I guess it's about...
it's about the toilet, but not the poop.
Okay.
Not what's in it.
Okay.
While Johnny was making hooch, his friends George Jones, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Merle Haggard were helping negotiate a pardon with the Ohio governor. Yeah. His name was Richard Celeste. And I guess those guys pulled some weight. They also put some money towards his attorneys.
Oh.
But they brokered a deal, and Johnny was released after serving 2 years, which sounds like a
good behavior.
Well, I don't know. Making toilet wine is good behavior, but okay. So the feel-good part of this story is Paycheck left his toilet prison business to his cellmate. His cellmate's name was Zeb Candy Eye Calhoun. Okay. When Zeb got out 6 months later, he ran Johnny's fan club. So it was kind of like a rags to riches thing for Zeb.
Good
and
for him.
Rumor has it that they continued to make toilet wine on the tour bus. So, if you would like to make toilet wine, I've got Johnny Paycheck's recipe.
Oh, my God.
Here it is.
Oh, good Lord. Okay.
You'll need 10 to 12 oranges, a can of fruit cocktail, a packet of yeast, 3 cups of sugar, and a gallon baggie.
Wow.
Mash the fruit, squeeze out all the air, and add sugar. Then run the baggie under warm water. After about 48 hours, carefully open, because we're getting fermented. So
there's going to be some pressure.
Carefully open the baggie and add more sugar and yeast.
Whoa.
Then you
They're
get
not
this.
done.
You get this.
Oh,
Look, it's dripping all over the table.
Oh.
I made some.
You are holding a Ziploc bag of what looks like pee.
It does look like pee, but I made some
toilet wine. Yes.
And I'm calling this, and Johnny Paycheck and your estate want to go into business with me. I'm calling this, take this wine and chug it. The one thing that I varied from his recipe is I filtered out the fruit mash because it was just kind of, I didn't want to chew the wine.
You don't want wine leaving stuff in your teeth.
So I think we should taste it. I know this is a visual and we're on a podcast, but we're going to taste some of this. I got some glasses here. See?
Those are nice glasses.
I know.
Yeah.
Very nice. Jeannie, you need to come in here and taste this hooch. Come on.
Am I ready for this? Hang on.
You need to have some.
You need to bring a glass.
Bring a glass.
Oh, my God.
Get down from the bottle.
Okay, so...
it's in a baggie.
Yeah, it's in a Ziploc bag. And you're doing pretty good at pouring that.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Pouring it into the little tiny goblet. Was this in your own toilet?
I made it in a sink. I cheated.
No, I don't mind you cheating on that aspect.
It's vintage. 48 hours. So, Charles?
Yes?
Take this wine and chug it. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Cheers.
Clink, clink.
To Jackalope.
All right, let's do this.
All right.
It actually tastes pretty good.
Wow. I'm really surprised.
It needs to be a little strong. It's got a kick at the end, right?
Oh, you got to love it when it has a kick at the end. That's not bad.
Don't drive after this.
Oh, God, I got to get us home.
It's actually pretty tasty.
Wow.
It's in a bag. That is fucking classy.
I know how to make wine.
She's pouring some for Jeannie out of the Ziploc.
So. Oops.
Just pouring a little bit. Jeannie's is overflowing.
I made it myself. It was not made in the toilet. It was made in the sink, but it was using Johnny Paycheck's recipe.
It's take this wine and chug it.
Is it gross to you?
Jesus.
She's making a face.
It's good. Taste it.
I did.
It's delicious. You don't think it's delicious? See, Charles and I, we would fit in prison then, I guess.
I get shivved probably.
In the shower.
You didn't like my hooch.
I think it's good.
That's not bad at all. I had my concerns. And
you don't like it? Oh, you're bougie? You can't drink some prison wine? Go make Jenny
Well,
drink
you got to make what you can make in prison. So.
Sam, will you drink toilet wine with us?
No.
Come on, Sam. Toilet wine, you just want to taste
won't
it?
do it.
Come on.
Come on.
I'll do it if you want me
Come
to.
on,
but I'm not
Jenny.
doing it.
Yeah.
I think you guys got to drink this. I did strain it. It looks pretty clear, right?
You worked hard on it.
I did. It was like 48 hours of hard work, hard labor.
All right, Jenny's going to
You're gonna
try
taste
it.
On camera?
Yeah, you can be on camera.
Okay.
Chug,
It just
chug.
smells like
Chug.
apple juice. All right, am I
Chug,
chugging it?
chug.
Chug, chug.
Chug.
It's the fruit cocktail part
Okay.
of it. It is.
No, I
had to
believe
mash
it.
up-
I
I
believe
had to
it.
mash up fruit cocktail.
Okay, wait, hold on. You can't make me laugh and chug. That's not going to be good. All right, are we ready? We're doing it like a shot?
Drink it like a shot.
Okay, 1.
Oh,
She shot it.
is it that bad? I'm insulted.
It starts out like apple juice,
You should have used the toilet.
but it kind of like coats your mouth in a weird way. Like my teeth and my tongue feel
I
fuzzy
mean-
now.
Uh-oh.
See, that's what should happen in prison.
That probably does happen. in prison.
Coats her mouth in a weird
I think a
way,
lot
yeah?
of
Right.
people like to get coated in a weird way.
Ah.
I don't know. I'm going
Oh.
to drink the rest of mine. Here we go.
It's
I finished mine.
It's
your
not
taste.
bad. All right. That would be the toilet bowl.
All right.
Well,
It's fine going in, but the aftertaste is not good.
I'm pretty sure that by Christmas, I'll have this shit down and I'm going to make my family drink toilet
Oh
wine.
my God. Yeah, send them a picture of you and
Don't tell them. Don't tell them. I'm going to put it in a nice bottle
Oh God, yes. With
You know,
a screw top.
with that screw
Yeah.
top and then just tell them, hey, I started making wine, you guys. And
Yeah.
it's fancy.
Yeah.
And then like,
and just be like, I
trick
worked
'em
really
into
hard
toilet
on
wine.
it. I want you to love it.
and they're like, it has aftertaste. And I was like, that's the toilet bowl. Yo.
Sam just said in the room, he goes, I don't drink experimental hooch.
Oh, that's
Can we
where-
be arrested for this?
I don't
Making our
know.
own
I don't
hooch?
think so.
Okay.
But I keep a running list of Samisms, and that's going on the list.
That's where the fun is, the experimental hooch.
I was thinking about being a moonshiner now because I
Yeah.
really love the experience of making toilet wine.
I
And
can
now,
tell you embraced it.
if I can get some kind of distiller and put it out in the woods,
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going to start moonshining. I need a faster car. My SUV's not going to cut it.
No, you're going to need to upgrade.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think you did really well.
thank you.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. What?
Ta-da-da-da-da!
Let the kazoo go. Hum along. It's like a little hooch for your ears.
Yeah.
It's a theme song for the Lone Star Salute.
Saluting those people that are upset about something.
And there's a lot of people who are upset.
I know. And they really want to get it out.
Right.
It's that step 3.
It's like a Karen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they're going to review things, give it a 1 star, and we're going to read the ones that you've written about musicians,
Yeah.
venues, albums, anything to do with music.
Anything. Yeah. We just love to talk about it. Gives you sometimes a different perspective.
Do you have one?
I do. The one I've got is about Dave Matthews. It was more of a review about Dave. I guess the N people or the fans call him DMB, Dave Matthews Band.
Mm-hmm.
It's about DMB and just kind of his overall feeling about his music, his appearance, and his fan base. I've got a few things to read here from this gentleman. He says, Dave Matthews is an evil genius who manages to combine elements from several of music's most grating genres, like jam rock, jazz fusion, folk, and bluegrass, to create a super shitty mutant genre. He has written the same song over 100 times and takes an improvisational approach to performing them live. And then about his appearance, he says, Dave kind of looks like the dude who whips out the acoustic guitar on camping trips and plays Champagne Supernova. Nobody likes that guy, and his name is usually Josh. Now, about the fan base, because I think the fans are pretty happy about being DMB fans.
Totally. I know one.
Oh, I'll find out about this. Let's see if this one that you know fits into this description.
Okay.
Dave Matthews Band fans are like Fish fans, the PHISH fans,
Yep.
for people in college, which is to say they are an unsufferable cult of hippies united by their common misguided belief that they have good taste in music. Most people get into DMB in college and then make a shitty lifestyle choice forever. Dave heads, quote unquote, with their popped collars and hats with pre-worn bills will go as far as to list Dave as a musical genre. As in, oh, I listen to some grunge, some hip-hop, Dave, of course. Anyway, there's a sale on cargo shorts. Gotta run. So Dave makes boring white people music for white people and is just a boring white guy.
True. And this is the same argument I have with my friend who's a Dave head or whatever is that what they call themselves?
Yes, Dave head.
They are also a ween person.
Oh.
So they're going for the trifecta
Oh, God.
of, I think Fish is the other one.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, Jill. I love you so much, but we disagree on Dave.
Oh,
And
no.
and Fish.
Does she
I don't
co-
like jam bands, and she knows it.
I've never been able to enjoy it.
And I don't like following bands around. Like, that's how you stop the spread of hookworm. Quit following bands around barefoot, because everyone's got hookworm.
Yeah.
And
It's just like being a desperate puppy.
Don't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Be independent. Yeah. What do you have today?
I got a Johnny Paycheck review of an
Ooh,
album.
Good.
And this album is a 3 CD compilation called The Little Darlin' Sound of Johnny Paycheck. And the
Wow.
title of this is Take This Poor Quality Recording and Shove It.
Okay. I was going to
And-
say 3 CDs. Oh, God.
Uh-huh. And the person is is anonymous. And it says, terrible non-re-engineered audio cutouts. Weird. Horrible stereo pans, disoriented. And they're not even making like full sentences, so
No.
that's weird. Not worth even for the collectors and paycheck devotees, which they don't call them paycheck heads, which they're missing out on an opportunity to do something.
They should go with that. Yeah.
The individual preview tracks don't show the flaws, so I bought this with the expectation that I was going to get some rare gems instead of slop.
Oh, wow.
The packaging was almost worse than the recordings. The CDs have paper labels printed on someone's home printer.
Oh, God.
This is worse than a high school kid making mixtapes. Side note, the CD cost $48.
Oh, God. Oh.
They sent it back.
That's a hunk of crap.
Is this Johnny Paycheck hooch hitting you? I'm
Uh,
feeling a little warm. I hope it's not poison. I'm
not
feeling
yet.
I'm feeling good.
Uh-oh.
I'm feeling like we should dance on top of the tables and stuff.
Oh, good God. Yeah.
Some good stuff.
As we drink some more from the Ziploc.
Yep.
Hey, I'd
The
be all
Ziploc
for it.
wine is the best way to go.
We might have found something here.
I think we did.
Yep.
Yep. Get on that table. It's the happy ending.
Get up and out. Yeah.
I brought the liquor.
Oh, man. I know, and there's enough in that Ziploc to
Right?
last a few episodes.
Yep. Let's do it.
Oh,
Johnny Paycheck.
yeah.
That is not a Jackalope Tale. That guy went to jail. Man, he's prisoner X.
It's that country music. It's to really have credibility. You have to have been in jail.
Yep. Now, I don't know everything he did in prison. I'm guessing you got to do what you got to do to survive.
Yeah.
But the guy went to jail, was sentenced for 9 years, and served 2 because his buddies got him out.
See, it pays to know people.
Yep.
And the whole story about Dave Matthews dumping the dump,
Mm-hmm.
it's all true.
Dumping the dump.
Oh, yeah. They got in big trouble for that. So,
No Jackalope Tales on this episode,
wow. We're talking legit today.
right? White collar.
But see, you never know when we're going to have a Jackalope Tale.
Yep.
That's why You got to listen every week.
Yeah. Speaking of listening, we really appreciate you guys listening. Follow the links on our show notes and find us on all the socials.
Subscribe, rate, and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and anywhere else you get your podcasts.
And join us next time as we question, is it real or is it a jackalope tale? Let's drink.
You really feeling something?
I am. My cheeks are warm. I think I had
your
too
ass
much.
cheeks.
Jeannie won't drink my toilet wine. I'm sure she's put more unsavory things in her mouth.